Hi, I'm going to be explaining mitosis and meiosis. So in mitosis, it goes through a cell cycle, right? So it has replicated DNA, which is diploid, right? And it forms into chromosomes, which are sister chromatids that are there. And then goes into metaphase, where these sister chromatids line up in the middle of the cell, and the spindle fibers attach to the centromeres. And then in anaphase, they get pulled apart, having it being equal, exactly the same on both sides. And then it forms in telophase into two identical daughter cells having diploid chromosomes with the nuclei formed again. And then in meiosis, this is where it gets super fun. It starts off with the same process, but it changes a little bit. So it goes through prophase, where it has the copied DNA that happened through the cell cycle and having sister chromatids inside, and the nuclei like uncoils, unfolds. And then goes through metaphase 1, where instead of just lining up in the middle, they synapse with each other. So they'll have the two pairs of chromosomes or sister chromatids synapse, so they'll like be lined up together, and then they'll cross over, and so there'll be little pieces of this chromosome on here and a little piece of this chromosome on here, causing like changes in the gametes and having variations. So when parents have offspring, they'll be different from each other, but they'll still be similar because they do have both DNA from their parents, but in different alleles, different places like that. And then goes through anaphase 1, where the spindle fibers are already attached to the centromeres and they get pulled apart. So they're no longer identical, but they do have diploid chromosomes, right? And then in telophase, the cell pulls apart, having two cells that are no longer identical, having the variation, like I said. And then goes through meiosis 2, where it no longer has a synapse or crossing over. It goes through the same process as mitosis, but it's no longer identical. So in metaphase 2, they line up in the sister chromatids line up in the middle of the cell again, and the spindle fibers attach to the centromeres, but they're no longer identical, right? And then in anaphase, the chromosomes get pulled apart, right? And then in telophase, the cell splits like this, and it ends up with 4 haplogametes, like that. So it's no longer diploid, having identical daughter cells. It has 4 haplogametes, which in males, all of these would form into sperm, and then in females, only 1 would form into eggs, because in females, they don't create more eggs as they get older. They already have the set amount of eggs, and then they just hold on to them, and then they go. And then for males, they create sperm as they go, once they go through puberty till death. So there's mitosis and meiosis for you.